Hello folks, welcome to Lexia IAS. In today's video, we will be discussing current affair topic presented to you by faculty Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we are going to be looking into today? Boosting Indo-US nuclear collaboration. We will see what are the hurdles and what are steps taken to reduce those. In this article, we will be discussing as to why is it in use, what is the relevance of it to your UPSC, that is your GS paper 2. We will also be discussing about what is US entity list. We will be speaking about your Indo-US civil nuclear deal, and we will be discussing the key barriers as well as your opportunities from this article. Understanding? Let's get started. First and foremost, we'll see what is US entity list. This list is compiled by the BIS of US Department of Commerce, wherein certain individuals, organizations, etc. are put in this list. Means they have export restrictions Recently, your National Security Advisor of USA, Jake Sullivan, met with his Indian counterpart, that is National Security Advisor of India, Ajit Doval, as well as External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, alongside our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, wherein they brought in certain relief for us, which will reduce the restrictions of India and USA in the Indo-US civil nuclear deal. So, one such thing is your US entity list, wherein this was one of the key difficulty between India and US, where Indian entities were put in US entity list, which means they had restrictions. Now, with the entry, that is with the coming of your NSA, that is Jake Sullivan, under your Joe Biden administration, wherein they are trying to ease the relationship with India in civil nuclear deal between India and USA. Supposedly, the three organizations which could be removed from the US entity list would be your BARC, Baba Atomic Research Center, Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Center, Indian Rare Earth Metals Limited. Okay, so this is why it is in news. Look at this. Based on the meeting of your National Security Advisor of USA, Jake Sullivan, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, your Indo-US civil nuclear deal. This was signed in 2008 between President Bush Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. This deal is considered as a watershed moment in the histories of both India and USA. One main thing about this particular deal is, despite India not being a signatory the nuclear proliferation treaty, yet this deal allowed us to engage in nuclear trade. It allowed us to access to nuclear fuel, reactors and technology strictly for civilian purpose, and this will be constantly monitored by IAEA, International. Initially, when this act came out, it was met with huge enthusiasm from both sides. When India went ahead to sign these deals, US went ahead to bring in Hyde Act, wherein it made amendment to accommodate the special interest of India. But later, due to certain issues, the enthusiasm withered away, which affected our goal of entering into or India to become a manufacturing joint for nuclear reactors or nuclear components. We badly want to get into that. We want to become a hub for developing nuclear reactor components. But because of certain disadvantages or certain barriers, we are not able to do that. We will further down now discuss what are those barriers. Your barriers being high costs, regulatory and bureaucratic hurdles which had huge deal and large amount of paperwork, public opposition, like for example your Fukushima incident, the nuclear disaster kept worrying people. One more thing is India is, with respect to nuclear reactor body component, if you look at, India is very well versed in and heavily dependent. It is heavily dependent on pressurized heavy water reactors, which are now kind of becoming very outdated compared to your light water reactors, whose leadership, that is which countries are dominating this, means your USA, Russia, France. Now India doesn't have this technology to your light water reactors, where we are still having heavy dependence on your pressurized heavy water reactors. If at all this deal comes through for us, then we can get access to, possibility is we can get access to light water reactors. So these barriers doesn't seem like a big of a barrier. It can be somehow overcome, but actual key barrier is not these. This is what we're going to be discussing now, is the key barrier which is preventing us from having access to light water reactors. What is that key barrier that we are having? This US regulatory impediments, wherein Part 810 Title 10 or Code of your federal regulations has held that under US Atomic Energy Act of 1954, it restricts US nuclear vendors to manufacture nuclear components or designs in India. This being a major manufacturer and be a part of supply chain in creating nuclear component. This is one of the key issues. What is the next one? India's Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act of 2010, which is, this is deterring or scaring away, see, the Hitachi etc., wherein they are afraid that a possible future liability might be there, means which company will want to come and invest? Despite all this, yet your US is now coming and offering this kind of relief at this point of time in your Joe Biden administration, which is going to end in another 15 days where Trump will come into the picture. Why suddenly, all of a sudden, your US is also interested? See, first and foremost, your USA is also having certain issues. For example, high labor cost. At the same point of time, increased protectionist tendency stemming from your US itself, alongside China. This is USA comments. India badly needs to become a member of or a manufacturing hub for your nuclear reactor components. At the same point of time, it also wants to increase its power in supply chain. In this way, both US and India can help each other out if they collaborate. And also one of the main collaborations that they are having is through your ISET, which is considered as a key administration or a key within your Biden administration, wherein we will foster innovation and joint manufacturing of nuclear components with critical and emerging technologies. And also India wants to become a leader in small modular reactors, production of small modular reactors, because this is ideal and perfect for your South Asia or your global South. Why? Simple answer. It is very cost effective. So this would give a huge market opportunity for India. But the issue is even China is wanting to compete in the same field and it wants to dominate. And once China enters the factor, you know how it becomes. Now we'll see what are the China factors that both your India as well as US are facing an issue. First thing is China's predatory industrial strategies. Now if you see with respect to chip manufacturing, with respect to critical minerals which are needed for clean energy, at the same point of time, if you see, China's one common thing is weaponizing dependency. It first tries to make your, for example, your Belt and Road Initiative. What are those? What happened with respect to your Sri Lanka? All of those are nothing but it is weaponizing dependency. Yes, your US in this visit, your National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan highlighted this, and it was an open reference to China. In the same meet, your National Security Advisor of USA Jake Sullivan also highlighted the importance of missile technology control regime, wherein if this could if this would progress forward, then India could have high advanced technology with respect to rocket technology. At the same point of time, they also were wary about the dual use technology, or their worry on S-400s where it could be used for dual purposes. So this comes amidst a period of time where there is change in the global power, and also all the your Asia Pacific, Indo-Pacific, these zones are now more to be watched than before. So this move comes at a period of time when there are high mounting tensions and there needs to be a good deal of effort on to both big democracies being your USA and India. That's for the end of the content. We've reached the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.